Love Ki Ghanti 1. You Can't Decide When It Rings. Written by Mr. Deepak Satya. Chapter 34. The Birth Chart. On the one hand, Tattle was mentally and physically tired. On top of that, he had given all his strength to save Raju and the truck driver. In such a situation, he could have fainted. This is exactly what happened. Raju felt that the young monk sitting behind him had fallen asleep after getting tired. At first he drove the bike with caution. He never went above the speed of 40. It was 1 minute to 11 when he entered Haridwar. Don't know how he knew which ghat, bank of river, Tattle had to go to. He continued moving in that direction. It was 20 minutes past 11 when Raju took the young sadhu to a quiet ghat of the Ganga. The Ganga was flowing fast, but its speed was less on the banks. This ghat was not built keeping in mind the passengers. That's why there was no one here except some local people. There were no shops or inns nearby, just a few houses. The cattle of the villagers were also roaming nearby. When seen for the first time, it did not appear to be a normal Ganga ghat. Raju had come there for the first time without asking anyone for directions, but how? Even he didn't know this. We have reached Baba, Raju said. Tattle did not answer. After calling 3 to 4 times, Raju understood that the young monk had become unconscious. He called out for help to 2 children passing by. The children quickly came there and gave support and brought down Tattle. Raju also kept Tattle's bag aside. Raju again tried to wake him up by removing her blanket from his body. Tattle did not respond. Raju looked at Ganga Ji, and I don't know what he was thinking when he picked up the Tattle and entered into Ganga Ji. When Ganga Ji's water went inside the Tattle, he stood up coughing. Raju put Tattle out of Ganga Ji so that it would not flow away due to panic. However, in this attempt, he slipped. It took some time for Tattle to recover from the coughing. After that, he saw Ganga Ji and also saw that ghat. I have reached, came out of Tattle's mouth in surprise. By then Raju had also come out of Ganga Ji. He tried to apologize to Tattle, but Tattle surprised him by touching his feet. Before Raju could react, he immediately started making arrangements for the puja. In a few minutes, Tattle created a tantra shape on the ground with the help of flour kept in his bag. He placed a very old small idol in the middle of the tantra, and brought a pot filled with Ganga water. What is the time? After completing his preparations, Tattle asked Raju about the time. When Raju put his hand in his pocket to check the time, he realized that he did not have his mobile. It must have fallen in the field. Saying this, Tattle ran away and asked for the time from someone else. It is about to be 12 o'clock. When the person said, Tattle felt happy again and wanted to touch Raju's feet. Raju was ready this time after learning from the last time, so he did not allow the young monk to touch his feet. Brother, if you bless me, I will be able to complete my puja ritual, Tattle said so innocently that Raju could not refuse. The very next moment, Tattle started reciting a special mantra in a loud voice. While reciting the mantra, he was releasing the water from the kalash pot, with a stream on the old idol kept in the middle of the tantra. He was so expert in his work that the water in the pot ran out only after the mantra was over. He started reciting the second mantra, and again went to collect Ganga water. After bringing Ganga water, he started reciting the first mantra again, and started pouring the water from the kalash on the old idol. Raju was watching all this very attentively from a short distance. At first glance, he felt that the young monk was achieving some kind of seedy accomplishment. But after 5 minutes, the sound of a man crying and screaming started echoing in his ears. Raju could clearly hear that the sound was coming from that old idol. Raju got goosebumps. Raju asked the young monk in his mind, what is he doing? At that very moment, the young sadhu looked at Raju with surprise. The next moment, the voice of the young monk echoed in Raju's mind. Destroying a negative energy with the help of Ganga water, Tattle replied in his mind, which Raju heard clearly. The next moment darkness appeared before Raju's eyes. Before fainting, he saw that because of this idol, an entire village had become a crematorium. Under the influence of the idol, the villagers died while fighting among themselves. Even while dying, 3 people tried to grab the idol. When Tatl reached that village, the idol was lying among 3 skeletons. Raju regained consciousness after being splashed with Ganga water. Seeing the young Sadhu in front of him, Raju started moving in fear. Tatl calmed Raju by saying, "Everything is fine, brother, and everything is fine." "I saw something," said Raju. "Was this statue calling to you?" Tatl asked, as if he knew what Raju might have seen. "No, this idol had enslaved an entire village and got it killed," Raju said, and Tatl was shocked. "Wonderful, wonderful, you are a very special person. Now I do understand why Satan conspired for your death at such a young age." Those words came out of Tatl's mouth. Raju did not understand the meaning of the young monk's words, but I don't know how he knew that Tatl had told the absolute truth. Everyone knows about Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, and Sukhdev, but the question does not arise in anyone's mind as to why they met with untimely death at such a young age, Tatl said. "What is untimely death?" Raju asked the first question. "The minimum age of the human body is 120 years. That means the life of every human being is assured for at least 120 years. If a person dies before that, it is called untimely death. In your language, it is called dying without death or dying before time." Tatl replied. Often when Tatl used to tell this thing to the common people, people used to make fun of him by saying, "Now this Baba will take out that herb from his bundle and give you that which will make you fly in the air." But today Tatl saw that Raju was not surprised, and neither did he disbelieve his words. "Do you believe what I say?" Tatl asked. "I don't know how, but it felt like you were telling me something I already knew. Meaning, I didn't know it when I asked, but when you started telling me, it felt as if you were reading my mind and speaking, whereas the truth is that I have heard this strange thing for the first time. Only a few are able to live beyond 60 years, but I don't know how I know that people who die at 60 waste half their human lives." "What am I saying?" Raju said in surprise. Tatl saw that Raju was surprised even after saying this, as if someone else had entered his body and said these things. Tatl laughed. Seeing him laughing, I don't know why Raju laughed, as if 2 friends had met and laughed together after years. In ancient Bharat, when a child was born, an astrologer would prepare the birth chart of the child. Their objective was to see what qualities Mother Nature had given the child, and what flaws there were in that child. After that, the parents of that child, while raising him, tried to remove his natural shortcomings, and gave opportunities to his qualities to become the greatest. Saying this, Tatl became silent. When Raju paid attention, he realized that Tatl had become silent, as if he was allowing Raju to say something further. That is why among the ancient Bharatiyas, all the children were proficient in every art. They used to correct their shortcomings, and hone their qualities to the best level. When Raju replied, Tatl jumped with joy. Raju understood that he was the first person Tatl had met in his lifetime who understood what he was saying. Later, when Satan was born, he also started making the horoscope of every child born, so that, saying this, Tatl again became silent. He wanted Raju to complete his phrase. So that he can see which child's virtues will become obstacles in Satan's path, and which child's shortcomings will allow him to easily become Satan's slave, so that he can turn the tide of the war by turning humans against humans, Raju said while completing his sentence. Saying this, Raju sat down holding his head. Smiling, Tatl went to him. Yes, Bhagat Singh and his companions were going to be a big obstacle in the path of Satan. They could destroy Satan's empire of evil, and bring in the kingdom of goodness. Satan had come to know about these things by reading their horoscope, so he created such a trap in the lives of all of them that they chose untimely death. Tatl said. This means, saying this, Raju became silent. Yes, Satan has also read your horoscope. He has come to know that you will never be a member of his group. You will keep spreading goodness as long as you live. Therefore, it is necessary for him to kill you. Since your birth, he must have started trying to kill you. You don't even know how many conspiracies Satan might have hatched to kill you. Whatever happened today was also a conspiracy of his. You might be feeling that you were going to commit suicide, whereas the truth is that Satan has played such a game with you, under the influence of which you will meet your untimely death. Tattle uttered those words that Raju could not muster the courage to say.